Live from the studios of Coefficient Media in Jackson, Michigan. Today's show is brought to you by the Jackson Workstation, where we are right now.
That's right. This is the Android App Show episode number 90. We're still working out some kinks in the new studio.
Yep.
So we're going to take it a little bit easy today on the startup. You might notice, though, this is an HD shot.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of crazy. The first Android App Show episode we've shot in full HD. Again, we're working out some of the kinks, so we're going to do a 2-camera setup, right, Dave?
Look at that detail. Lane actually shaved earlier today, and you can just kidding.
Yeah.
He shaved right before the show, and you can see the stubble growing.
That's crazy. I know. This is probably like the most clean-shaven Dave's seen me in months. So
True. Crawling out of the hospital.
I know. Yesterday I did. I have kidney stone problems, and
It's awesome.
I might be slightly medicated today.
Slightly.
Slightly. 750 milligrams of Vicodin, kind of slightly. So
We'll talk later.
let's get into the mix here.
Yeah.
We've got some interesting things to talk about. Since the last episode, there have been a few developments in the Android world.
A few.
First off, we have a new version of Android to call our own. It hasn't been released to open source yet, but you can pre-order a tablet that is running it. It's called JellyBean, Android 4.1. There's a lot of new stuff that's coming up on this. I don't know. Do we have the website up on there? Here we go.
We do.
So first off, I like the logo. I like what they're doing with the jelly beans in there.
It's
But
tasty.
let's go right down the list here. The fast and smooth part. Now, this might sound trivial because, of course, every update they keep claiming,
This
it's
is not
faster,
trivial.
it's smoother. No, this Project Butter, which is what they're calling it, I think
I like it already.
brings the responsiveness of the Android system on par with iOS. I actually have an SDK hacked version on my Nexus S4G. We're going to give a little bit of a demonstration later, but one thing that you should remember, whenever we've done this before in the past on episodes, these hacked SDK versions, not built from source or anything like that, always run slower on the device than a regular native, coded version of the operating system does. But this runs faster than Ice Cream Sandwich.
Yeah, I think
right
we have a
from
video on the
CyanogenMod.
computer over there. We can pull that up in a second. But like this is crazy, and this is one of the things that has made, for me at least, the difference between iOS and Android. It always comes down to the snappiness and speed of the user interface.
Yeah, well, we talked before about how iOS, in my opinion, was kind of cheating because whenever you get a touch interface, they sublimate everything else in the operating system.
Right.
Or subjugate. What's the correct word? I don't know. But everything goes behind whatever that touch is doing, so that it artificially gives priority to the touch.
Yeah.
But that, I think, is the right choice to make.
Yeah, even if you're living in the matrix, not knowing what is really happening behind the scenes, it's all about perception.
Yeah.
Like, it just needs to feel fast.
Well, and I think that that's really what has made the difference in, it's hard to call them the new generation of touchscreen devices, but ever since we started using capacitive screens on iPhones, the iPad, these Android phones, all the new Windows phones, etc., they've been capacitive screens, and there's something about that glass that when you touch it, then you get that instant response, and it feels right. Now, when we had resistive screens, everything was kind of laggy, it was kind of delayed. You know what I mean? Nothing felt like a genuine touch interface.
Do we have that video that's on the JellyBean homepage there? Just full screen it?
Yeah, we can go.
Let's
go
take
ahead
a
and
look
play
and
that.
see what some of that was like.
Let's play that clip. We got that clip here.
We got that clip?
I need some cards to bang on the desk or something.
Yeah. So this was recorded like at 300 frames a second on, of course, a red camera. Is that a red Epic, or is that it's probably just a regular red?
Stop drilling, Dave.
Yeah. But see, look at that.
Turning
300.
it all the way up.
Oh, I wish we had those kind of stands for the devices.
I know, this is like some industrial stuff.
Yeah.
See, only real camera geeks geek out about recording cameras. But look at this. I mean, side-by-side touch features.
And this is at 300 times normal speed.
Yeah, the same exact device.
300 frames per second, I should say.
You know what I mean? Same clock speed, same RAM. And look, you can see the Project Butter device on the right running Android 5 or 4.1 is so much better than the 4.0 device on the left.
Some of the stuff seems like they're doing a little bit of cheating though. Where like the yeah, I think that's all the video right there, and
Where like they show you the image.
well, no, they've
Before.
made some changes to the way that the interface interacts. Like before, it would have like a dimmed background, and the app would fade out, and then the other thing would fade in. With the new 4.1 or 4.0 JellyBean, the app fades out, but the background is already fully brightness.
So it's like more like a crossfade instead of a
it's
fade
more
to
like
black.
Exactly, yeah. So they've tightened the transitions.
But that's what. But it's the small kind of details like that they should have had correct in Ice Cream Sandwich. So
and that's like
even though they're doing it right in 4.1,
Yeah.
it kind of makes me mad they did it wrong. In
well,
4.0.
they didn't necessarily do it wrong. It was just a different take on it. They wanted a little bit more motion, a little bit more graphics, but when it comes to actually interfacing with stuff, you don't want the lag. It's just a difference in opinion.
Yeah. And I gotta say, they've made a lot of good decisions on JellyBean. Just some of the minor details and everything that once we get into the minutia, we can talk about some more.
Yeah.
But we'll show you on the device. It is really smooth. If we can, we'll get back to the web page though. If you want to check this out, it's android.com/what's new. Just one word, of course, no punctuation. But this is a pretty good rundown here of what's come out. Now, the next thing that we have on here, I think, are the notifications. Google has expanded the API that programs can use for notifications so that, say, for instance, I think the first one on there is an alarm for an event. You get an alarm for an event in your notification bar. It isn't just something, sure, you can tap it to, and then it'll come up, you can snooze it or whatever. But you see there's a couple extra buttons in there. One of them, I think, is you can reschedule the alarm once it's on your screen. So like right in the notification window, you don't have to tap it and then go into your calendar app and start doing this stuff. It has a button right there to take you right into like a reschedule pane. Or I think there's an email option too. So if you have people invited to your event, you can click that button right there for that event when it reminds you to then go ahead and send an email to everybody you invited for the event. That is awesome as far as team management, and task management. Whenever you have something like that coming up, you can remind yourself and then get that easy one click. Now, one of the apps we're going to be reviewing today, Spotify, they take advantage of the lock screen, where you have pause and forward and everything. But there's going to be a lot more integral things that they can put right into the notification bar, so that when your song's playing, you can I don't know what you do on Spotify. You like it and you tag it and stuff or whatever. Right. But it's pretty slick. I'm excited to see what people can come up with. As far as I'm concerned, the notification bar, that's Android's ground, hands down. So there's very few times that you see Apple copy something from somebody else and then not do it better. In the notification bar, or shade as they like to call it, is it. So you can keep hoping for something better in iOS 6, but from what I've seen, it's not getting better.
No.
What else do we have on the
docket or on what's new?
Well, there's tons of stuff. The Android
Keyboards
Beam, they adopted the thing from Samsung where you can send large files using NFC.
Yeah, they put a name to it, Android Beam.
Well, that's what it's been called.
Okay.
But now it just has wider spread support. I don't know. Can we bring the website back up on the camera? Here we go.
Beautiful.
Yelling back at Corey and our other new producer back here.
Our esteemed producers.
But yeah, the widgets, this is a huge deal. First off, when Ice Cream Sandwich moved the widgets into the app menu, beautiful. That was genius, because people always would get confused about installing a widget and then how do they use it. So it's in the app drawer, it's great. Now you want to drag it to your home screen, but guess what? Your home screen tells you there's no place to put it. Well, now when you drag it to your home screen, it'll move around icons. I'll show you some of that in action later on. They've expanded some of the functionalities of the camera app. I don't know. There's just a ton of things.
The big thing is like the new voice search and the new search stuff.
Oh yeah, Google Now. Well, I'm kind of jealous because I haven't been able to mess with that yet. They have a hacked version on XDA, but it doesn't do voice search.
Yeah.
But in a couple weeks, I'll have JellyBean on my Nexus S.
I did see a hack that brought that piece out of JellyBean and into, is it Cyanogen?
Yeah, but it doesn't work with voice search. So you can pull up the cards, the weather, and everything like that.
Okay.
But you can't do voice search on it, which
Oh,
is that's like half of
Yes.
of the whole point of Google now. But again, here in a couple weeks, my Nexus S is supposed to be receiving the JellyBean update, so we'll have a lot more in-depth stuff for you. But today we're gonna kind of just skim along on it. So, do you want to do like a device demonstration first, or do you want to do app reviews?
I think we can.
Well, there was one other news story that I wanted to cover.
There wasn't there?
So the upgrade list. Okay, JellyBean's great, but who's getting it? You know, well, the only people that are guaranteed, according to Google, are Nexus S owners, Google Galaxy Nexus. I said Google for no reason. Galaxy Nexus, and the Motorola Zoom are going to be receiving Android 4.1 in mid-July, and which is like a week or two away. So other people, now apparently the change from ice cream sandwich to JellyBean wasn't that big of a jump, hence 4.0 to 4.1 instead of a whole big number change. So that Google's saying that it should be fairly easy for people to upgrade ice cream sandwich devices to JellyBean. But I thought that the upgrade from 2.2 to 2.3 was minor, and there was still a lot of people getting hung up on that.
Yeah.
So
Another thing on the news, Google is demanding money.
yeah, well, we
$4 million from Oracle.
we didn't really get a chance to
Wait,
cover
was that
this a
only
lot
million?
because we were off during the summer.
Yeah.
But that Oracle lawsuit with Google was settled by the judge saying, Oracle, you can go F yourself, and there is no settlement.
Yeah.
And Google doesn't owe you money. But now Google's saying, Oracle, actually, because you screwed us so bad, making us look up all these documents and everything, we want $4 million for our legal fees.
Yeah, that's just for legal fees.
$2.9 million just for copying and organizing documents that Oracle made Google present for the case.
Wow.
So that's kind of funny. Let's see
That's
where
a lot
they.
of
Let's see what
copy
kind
and
of Let's see. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some calculations on my free time to see what Oracle's profit is compared to Google's, and how long it takes Oracle to make 2.9 million or 4 million versus Google.
Yeah.
So that'll be funny. I'll have that for you on a later episode.
It's like 2 days.
I know it's probably like nothing. So what do you think? App reviews first.
App reviews.
All right.
Absolutely. So
Well-
the first app we have this week, Lane?
Yeah. Well, are we gonna do a little bit of a switch around?
We are.
So I'm gonna go over here. We're
We'll
gonna
announce it first, though.
Yeah.
So
The first app is Babylonian Twins. I mean, this thing. The name is unique.
kinda
The
cool.
app is a little bit unique. It's a platformer, but they do a little bit of a twist on it because you have two different guys that you control. So let me pull it up here. Yeah, there's two different guys you control, and you have to switch bodies. Yeah. Sorry for all of our Android fans here that the preview on their website has an iPhone for some reason. This works well on tablets, but here on this main screen, it doesn't fill up the whole screen for some reason. But we have options here to turn the music on and off, and there's a whole story and everything. But you just play. You have a map to choose different levels. Let me show you some of the basics here. You got the left and right control on the left here, so you can, slide and go left and right. Jump button and a hit button. Okay, so you run around, and then you have special things like this shield right here. You touch it, your guy when you're on it, and you'll save. You jump up here on these things, and they're like extra boosts. Some pretty familiar concepts that you have in platformers. But these guys, you have two different guys. There's a switch up here. You press that, and you'll switch to the other one. Your other guy then turns into a statue wherever he's at. But then, to use this special move, you take your fist button, you hold it down. This one charges, and then you can destroy loose bricks that are in a couple places. It helps you solve, some of the puzzles or whatever when you have to go around. But let me switch to this guy. He's a little different. He drills down. So if you hold the button, he'll spin around and go down through loose blocks or whatever that are in the bottom. And then they each have weapons that are slightly different. The white robe guy has a is that a mace? Is that right? Or yeah, a Morning Star is the one that's on the chain. I figure Corey should know this. This seems like
a flail or you know that, Corey? Nunchuck or
no, it looks like a mace.
might be.
But anyway, so let me switch back over here to this guy. See if I can show you busting up something. You know, that's crummy. We're gonna have him. And at any point in time when you're in the game, you can pause it, and you can go to View Controls, and it'll give you a good summary of all your stuff. You have to collect these specific keys. They look like feathers or whatever to finish a level. And they're hidden all around. Some of them you have to break open pots. Some of them, you know, are just hidden. But it explains your movement around. But then it also has this touch center to enter teleport, and that's what I showed you briefly a second ago when you were in this shield right here to save. But also, I keep wanting to go up there. I don't think I can go up there yet. I can't do anything on this side yet. So this guy, I'm going to put him back up here, hold this door open, and then I got to figure out how the heck I'm going to get up there with this guy. There we go.
I must say, Lane, I really like having this other table to do app demonstrations on. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't know. It is. It does. It feels like we're in the like a app review room or something.
Yeah.
So you can see this wall is weak. Okay. So I'm gonna jump a little bit again, and then you're gonna have to time it to hold down your fist, and then boom into that wall. Knocks it open. But see, then when you get over here, oh, come on, don't do this to me. It's like the top wall is a little bit out more. Okay. But see, now look, the floor over here is weak. So I have to, that's part of the puzzle of this game. You have to go back where your other guy was holding open the switch, leave him there on a statue, come back over here, and then use his power to drill down. Yeah, and then get your butt kicked by somebody down here. It's funny, who was it that said that this looked kind of like Prince of Persia earlier?
I believe I did.
Yeah, it reminds me of the old Prince of Persia game. I mean, from like the, you know, from the 90s.
Yeah.
I realized though that the Babylonian twins seems to be kind of cutting off of Mario Brothers in the, you know, brother theme.
Yeah, I kind of agree. But the way that they kind of have, you know, put their own spin on it is this whole switching, where you have to solve these puzzle levels sometimes by putting a guy on a switch like that to hold open a door, you know, and you have to switch back and forth depending on their specific powers.
Cool.
But then you can collect coins, go back to the main menu, and treasure. Yeah, this is for special stuff that you collected. I'm trying to find the... Oh, yeah, this is the whole video. I don't wanna watch that. So, anyway, it's Babylonian Twins. It's pretty cool.
And it's free.
Yeah, it's free. You can't beat it. I've wasted a lot of time on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely check that out on the market. We have links in the app or in the show notes for you to install.
Okay. And then we have another app to review this week. And, I can review this one. I have some experience with this one. It is, as Lane's microphone pops off, that's okay.
Whoops.
It's all good. This application is Spotify. And you can see on the screen right there, Spotify is a music application. It
Again,
it's kind of...
Even though that one had the iPod on there, or the iPhone or whatever.
Yeah, it's been...
It's their website, though. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. It's been on the iPod and iPhone for a while. But it's on Android too, which I think is awesome. This is really how I do all of my music now. just through Spotify.
Yeah, you've already run into the first thing I hate about this app. It is portrait only.
Yeah, portrait only. A little bit of a bummer. But once you're logged in, what is this? What's going on here? Okay. Lane has been playing around with my music here.
Yeah, I'm contaminating all of this stuff with Ace of Base. This isn't Ace of Base.
Oh. Oh boy. Okay, my playlists. So
I would
there's
pause
starred
this
playlists.
at the bottom of the screen. Oh, there you go. You got another one.
And it shows. So the navigation nodes over here on the side. You can search for things. You can have your playlists. You can have what's new. Here, let me. You have your playlists here. So I've made tons of playlists. These are all different playlists that I've created. If you want to, you can go to a playlist. Let's find the one that they're advertising on their site, actually, which I thought was kind of funny. You can then download this playlist, and it starts syncing this music to your device. So even if you're offline and there's no internet connection, you can still play this stuff. So that's kind of convenient.
Yeah, especially for tablets.
Yep. Oh, I see you already have synced over some of this Jack White stuff. That's cool. And now it's downloaded the Motion City soundtrack, and it goes pretty fast. Like, it's already got almost the whole thing done. It has the whole album downloaded already, just since I said it. Wow. So that's their playlist. You can see what's new. This is kind of like the stuff they're promoting in their store, like top tracks, recommended albums for your own listening pleasure.
We say store kind of loosely, though, right?
Right. Yeah, it's just their promoted stuff, because everything in Spotify is free. So if you're using the desktop client, it's completely free. If you but in order to get it on a mobile device, you have to pay for the premium service, which is like $9.99 a month, and you can have it on any of your devices. I have it on my iPad, 2 iPhones, and now on this Android tablet. Wait a second. Okay, so then there's your inbox. I don't know what your inbox is. They don't really use that very much.
I think that's when they share songs between Spotify users.
And then these are all your friends. So anybody, if you have, it used to be that you had to sign up for Spotify and they were inviting single people, but now anybody with Facebook can sign up for Spotify for free on the desktop, and you can see what all your friends are playing. So let's pull up somebody here. Do you use Spotify? Do you have an account, Lane?
No. I don't ever use a desktop, and I didn't want to pay for it, so
yeah,
there I am.
Let's see. Let's see what Ashley has. So she hasn't recommended any tracks, but you can recommend tracks to people, or you can make your own custom playlists.
Well, what's nice is when you have a service like this that you just pay a flat rate for, the $10 a month or whatever. Then you can listen to whatever you want, recommend stuff, and then other people that are paying for it can just listen to whatever you're listening to. There's no limit.
That's true.
So, and they've really made it easy to do the sharing and stuff. Like, they have, when you're listening to something on here, you always have that share button on the top right that you can click to, share out to whatever, to any app, or to share it within Spotify.
Oh wow, they have a ton of stuff
so
now.
Can you do the Spotify equivalent of Facebook stalking somebody?
Yes.
Find out what they're listening to, and then
Yes,
just
you can Spotify
bring it
stalk
up,
somebody.
Seemingly unknowingly in conversation.
You can Spotify stalk
Yeah,
somebody.
and tip DJs to play it whenever you take them out to dinner or something like that. Or
So if I was playing this, you can then send out a tweet that says "Open Spotify user blah blah blah." So it like tweets what you've been playing. So that's the sharing. Then you can download individual things. You can rename it, make it a collaborative playlist.
Does it tell you what's like not cool yet, so you can?
It doesn't. It doesn't
Listen to
tell you
things
that.
before they're cool.
No. You can click on the thing and get the album artwork.
I think you need to take that down because that's a little risky.
Oh, it's a little racy for Corey.
Fine, we'll go to a different thing then.
Yeah,
Put
so
a-
you
put a
play
be-
the music that
Put a beard over that or something. Cover it up.
There we go.
No, that's just kind of. There's just a beard in the way.
What was?
I don't know what Corey's into.
Yeah. But right from here, you can kind of star the things. So this adds it to your little list, to your starred list.
And you can swipe between tracks on the same album.
Yeah, that's kind of nice. I wish that some of the native players had that. So you can just go from one track to another. Then there's more information down here. You can find more from this artist. So this pulls up the artist information page and all their albums that they have that are on here.
So that's the name of the band? It's not a thing?
Motion City Soundtrack is the name of the band.
Okay.
And these are their top hits. These are their most recent albums. Here's all their singles, all their appearances on soundtracks and things like that.
But you've probably never heard of them.
I haven't.
I've heard
I'll be
Oh,
the
wow.
term, I just
Okay.
I'll be the
they're
uncool
on
one.
the,
I haven't heard of them.
Spotify.
So this is super awesome. They don't have this on any of the iOS stuff yet, but they have up here at the top. Oh wow, you can just swipe over and get their full biography
Oh, wow.
Wow.
with links to all the other bands that are associated or record labels or all that kind of
It's like-
stuff.
Making Pandora look kind of silly.
And then related artists. So this is artists that are very similar to that band.
Ooh, yeah, you could spend a lot of time in this app.
Yeah.
This
So
reminds me of the
Good band.
the murder scene in American Psycho, where he just starts, talking about the Huey Lewis album.
Huey Lewis.
Is that it?
Huey Lewis in the news.
I think that is. But he kind of recites verbatim this review or something like that while he's murdering the guy.
Oh,
It's
I remember.
just-
It's been a long time since I've seen American Psycho, but I love that movie. I mean, I absolutely love it. The whole business card thing,
How do you spell Huey
Yeah,
Lewis?
there's a lot of little details in there, but it's kind of sinister at the same time.
Yeah. And I find it funny that you love American Psycho, but that album cover was kind of risque for your taste.
I didn't say that I loved it. I just was, maybe I watched the made-for-TV version or something.
Probably.
Oh,
So I
okay.
don't know
He saw it on
anything about
TNT. That's what it was.
I didn't know anything about.
He saw it on TNT.
The stuff that's in
Uh-huh.
the other one.
Well, the other thing I like, about this is the lock screen interface. So, like, once you're already playing something, maybe you've locked the screen, put the tablet in your pocket or phone.
Which one is Huey Lewis?
There's that guy right there.
That's Huey Lewis.
Yep.
Okay.
The most 80s looking guy
Uh,
on the picture.
Why is it not playing? It's not.
I don't
is
know.
David Hasselhoff in that band?
Does the account show that it's moving?
It does.
I don't know. Maybe the audio took a giant crap. This
Maybe
is
it does.
installed an experimental operating system on here. This is a really like a nightly build of CyanogenMod 9. So and here we go. Here's
he's
some
got that dimple chin
for all
thing.
you
That's cool.
Huey Lewis in the News fans.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome.
Anyway,
Yeah, we might have just had an audio fail,
we did have an audio fail.
but we can show them that the amp doesn't work in
There it
landscape,
goes.
but
I had to
the
pause it
lock
and start
screen
again.
controls and everything change in landscape mode.
Yeah.
Can you look up a Huey Lewis song for me?
Sure.
What is it? I got a new drug, or I want a new drug.
I think it's I want a new drug or give me a new drug.
I don't know.
Cool
Yeah,
tapes.
I want a new drug. See if you guys.
Walking on
Whoa, hold
Sunshine.
on. I've heard this one before. It wasn't Huey Lewis.
Yeah, this is 80s greatest. Anyway, this isn't Huey Lewis in the News Hour.
Walking on
Do
sunshine.
they have
Um,
rap music on there too?
They do have rap
Welcome to the
music.
Huey
They
Lewis
do?
and the
They have,
News
like,
development
that
show.
Run
I know,
DMC.
right?
Okay, so before we get too sidetracked here,
Playing at the
the
Jacksonopolis
the
County
search
Fair.
stuff is kind of cool here. You
No,
can-
they have really obscure stuff on there too, don't they?
They do. They have a lot of cool stuff on here.
Celine Dion, according to this photo on the
Oh, lock
website.
screen controls.
Okay, lock screen controls.
Top.
So let's turn this down a little bit. It's a little distracting. Lock screen. So let's lock the screen. Where's the lock? Here's the lock. Now, if you turn it back on, right there, if you can see that, it says the name of the album. Even the album artwork is in the background there.
Yeah, I like that.
And you can, right from the lock screen, you can go to the next song. It's pretty cool. And then you unlock it. You can go right there. Now, does it have anything from like a drop-down menu or anything?
That's right. The notifications on the tablet are the bottom right.
Oh, there is like a little thing. Look at that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, like the built-in
Yeah, it just shows
music
you-
player on Android has a pause play, and and a lot of Samsung devices you get that control right there too.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have it. Hopefully, in Android 4.1, now that everybody has a lot more access to those notification APIs, you'll see something more robust from Spotify.
Yeah.
I'm over here alone in the corner.
This is pretty cool though. I mean,
Dave's
like,
at the desk.
this is crazy that they have the rate. I wanted this on iOS so bad, and you guys have it.
There you
No
go.
Fair.
Giving you another reason to order that Nexus 7 tablet
And look at that
for
giant
$200.
artwork, the band artwork
Those
and
guys have
everything.
really nice haircuts.
They do. They are pretty suave
What band is
guys.
that? I'm gonna take that to my barber next.
That is Bayside.
Haircut Crew, I believe is what the name is.
Yeah, the haircut gang.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
They call themselves the Crew Cut Crew.
yeah.
None of that shaggy stuff.
This is crazy. This is nice. So that is Spotify, and it is for
Do you have that Chris Isaac?
Android and iOS stuff. Now, to get it on this, you do have to pay $9.99 a month, but
Yeah.
it has paid for itself for me.
Yeah, it's that unlimited music though.
Exactly.
All you can eat.
Yeah, and I have not bought an album since then.
Oh.
I've not really bought an album since I started paying for Spotify, so it's more than enough paid for itself.
Check out their website. Lots of devices are supported.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
yeah, lots of Android, and is it just Android and iOS?
No.
Windows
Do
Phone.
Windows Phone, Palm, BlackBerry, and
Wow.
Symbian.
Ooh.
Wow,
Well,
They're everywhere.
didn't Spotify come over from Europe though?
they did. They came
So
over.
I mean, it's
from-
kind of less surprising that they would support Symbian.
Yeah, they're from like
and
Great
BlackBerry,
Britain.
Same thing.
Yeah,
So I thought you said they didn't support the iPhone at the top of the list.
they do.
No, they do. They do.
Oh,
They do
totally.
iOS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got full support, iPad
Yeah.
app and everything.
All
But
right.
the Android version has more features. So
Yes. It's a more feature-rich experience.
It's a lot more rich. But but I didn't see if it had it on there or not. Let me check real quick.
Go back to the demo desk.
Nope, I'm just gonna yank it. One thing that they did add to the iOS, which I'm wondering if they have on here, is they added radio. So, and I don't think they have it on here.
RDIO
Why would you
radio.
want the radio if you have that?
The spot. Yeah.
It's like Pandora.
Oh
Does it still
yeah.
suck? Because it used to be
No.
awful.
It's gotten a
because
lot better.
It does genre-based.
It does genre-based, or now it does artist-based, and you can like and unlike the artists and the tracks that plays it, and it adjusts your playlist.
Nice.
So it's pretty much like
Pandora.
Pandora, but you can skip around and go back and do
Oh,
whatever.
fantastic.
So it's much better than Pandora.
Right.
It used to be really bad.
Yeah.
Really bad. I remember like trying to listen to old country music, and somehow I got old Ukrainian country music for a while.
Right.
No way. Well, I
was-
wonder if they fix this other thing that I have with Pandora, which is being able to thumbs up or thumbs down something.
I doubt
Which
it.
I mean, the thumbs up is not a big issue, but I hate it when I thumbs down something that I meant to click thumbs
Oh.
up.
Yeah.
So. And for the record, there is one other thing that this does that the iOS version does not, and that is it gives you a widget that you can put on your home screen,
Oh.
and you can then control stuff.
Oh, it does have a widget?
Yeah, I'll resize it here.
That's
Make it-
cool.
I can make it as big as I want.
Beautiful.
So there
I
you
like
go.
widgets. Widgets are fun.
And with ice cream sandwich, I can resize the widget and everything, make it huge. So here we go. Let's
Yeah, look at that
focus.
widget.
There it is. I resized the widget. It's normally not that big, but yeah, it lets you skip tracks, shows you what you're playing, and some album artwork, which is honestly that's pretty standard for Android. All the music players kind of do
Yeah.
that. So,
Pretty simple.
How'd you
but
make
you
it
will
match
never
your shirt?
find that on iOS because guess what? they like widgets are against the
Yeah.
cult of Mac religion or something.
It's
I
true.
don't know.
No widgets.
But notifications were like a drop-down notification manager. That was once against the cult of iOS. So
Yeah.
things can change. Even religions can change over time.
Mm-hmm.
So, folks, that is everything that we have for the Android App Show today. If you want to find out more about us, more about the show notes,
Mm-hmm.
AndroidAppShow.com is the
.com.
way to go. TheAndroidAppShow.com.
The Android App Show. And we're also on Twitter. That is Android App Show.
Yeah.
At Android App Show.
Well, we've got our links out to all of our social networks and
Yep.
stuff there. But what I really want you to do, if you watch this whole episode and you've already gone this far,
Yeah.
go install our app. Go
Oh.
to the Google Play Store, Android App Show, all one word. You get all these episodes, links in the show notes, so that you can just click to install the apps that we're reviewing right in the right on your device. This also works on Google TV. So if
does?
you want to watch us in your home and you spent the money, you got the Google TV and everything, guess what?
Really?
Phones, tablets, Google TV, you're good to go. So Android App Show, again, it's all one word. And you'll get your fill. Who can deny that we are awesome and that you just want to spend all your time watching all of our videos, right? No. Here, let's get the overall show. There you go, yeah.
Let's see.
That's the website. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
But see, look, we can, let's get the overall here. We'll pull up the,
Where are we? We're not in here.
did you search Android App Show, all one word?
I didn't search.
So Android App Show.
Let's see. Boop. Right there.
There it is, folks.
Beautiful. We're installing it. Just because we can.
Yeah, we'll get it tighter. He's got another view on this other camera, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, folks. Again, no, the studio is really coming along, though. We'll have to give you a little bit
Oh, we gotta
of a
open
look
it.
around.
Cool. I like this lane. Oh, wow. I haven't seen this yet.
Yeah, so you've got what loads here by default is all of our recent episodes. And then on the top right, you can also click there, and it'll show you our recent tweets.
Wow.
So, pretty interesting stuff.
I like this. Oh, you have to go all the way up here and do that.
Yeah.
Or do that.
So, I mean, it isn't like 100% jiving with the Google TV interface using the arrows and stuff like that.
It's not bad, though.
But we did, essentially have it designed for a tablet, and then you can, click on different stuff, and it works on the Google TV,
Mhm.
plays the videos and everything.
This is cool. I like it.
So,
I'll have to talk to you. I have another project we have to do this with.
yeah, I mean, it's pretty nice. Maybe we can
great.
get into more depth with this, but I mean, I essentially had this app made for $20.
Yeah.
And I paid for the Google Market membership or whatever, so we have our own account. So $45 out the door. You've got your own app based off of a WordPress install.
That's great.
And I mean, you can't denigrate that. Again, we're
No.
distributing the content, and you can click on all the show note links and everything right in there, right on your device. You don't even have to go to your computer now,
Oh, yeah.
and you've got everything running great. So, pretty cool stuff. Yeah, we can show.
Oh, and then there's YouTube and MP4, MP3.
Yep.
Wow, that's all from just within the app
Yep.
or within WordPress. Cool. We can watch ourselves on our own show.
Yeah. That's in the mini.
This is really exciting. It's going to be like a super freak out moment. Whoa. Who's that? Who's that freak? Okay, we're done. How do you stop it, Lane? There we go.
Can't stop.
All right.
Won't stop.
All right, everybody.
See, look. Well, that's the other thing too. I guess we'll give it a little bit of. See how we put them on the side?
Yeah.
See, I like that. You got the side scrolling stuff there, and you can still read the show. It's our app, though. Of course, I love it.
Yeah.
So
You
check it
can't
out,
go
folks.
back over
Android
there.
App Show,
Have to
all
go
one
like
word.
this. Cool. All right. I think we're done. I think we're done. We'll see you guys later.
Oh, and yeah, check out the Android Tech Show for a review of CyanogenMod 9
It'll be pretty sweet.
for phones and tablets. Oh, we're going to do, for the closing of the show, we're just going to show you some JellyBean action, okay?
Oh, yeah. Let's get some JellyBean going.
So,
Oop.
we don't have any outro music yet, so.
Take a seat. Take a seat at the desk, boy.
All right. This one's for the fans. So as you can see, this is an SDK build. I don't have any support for wireless networks, whether it's Wi-Fi or a data network. But this is the change search bar. Everything looks pretty similar to ice cream sandwich, but there's, I mean, just the speed. I mean, look at this. This is an SDK port, and the home screen just should not be this responsive.
No. Like butter.
Yeah, literally. But when I pull down, like as soon as I start to pull down the notification shade, that's a different action right there. It shows me the time and everything, and it automatically pulls it down to that level. There is no kind of halving it, unless you go back up.
That's interesting because your butter makes your brain work faster too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
apparently that works on computers also.
It's all those omega fatty acids that make this work great. But see, I mean, they changed this. They have the no internet connection warning down there on the bottom. Let's go ahead. Like, all this stuff pretty much looks the same. Some of the things I talked about before, though, was the automatic widget moving and stuff. So if you want to move a widget to another location, it'll kick your folders or your icons around and automatically move stuff. So you can kind of chase them around to find the perfect location for whatever it is that you want. Let's see. I'll go into settings here. Let's see. There was something else that I wanted to bring up in here, but sorry, I can't remember. But there's been a couple other reforms too, like the way that the icons are displayed up there. It's just more clean. So, and everything runs much more smoothly. You gotta love it. This will be coming out for real here in a couple weeks. But there's your preview of JellyBean. Get it while it's hot.
Very nice, Lane. Thank you. And that's it. See you later, guys. Drop the mic.
I know I kept squeezing more and 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 more.
Okay, now I have to go down and stop the